Those von CARSTEINs are very handsome. I don't think I'd mind being bitten by one of them. Did you see the one with the black hair and the scowl? From El Karabe, a camp follower attached to a baggage train of Imperial Stirlander guards. Out of all the vampires that have ever been known to man, the cursed bloodline of the von CARSTEINs is by far the most legendary. Handsome, arrogant, charismatic, prideful, and ambitious, the von CARSTEINs are the true aristocracy of the night. It is said that the history of the von CARSTEIN family can be traced back to the time of Sigmar Heldenhammer and the founding of the Empire. Indeed, for in a way, there is some truth to this, for it was Vlad von CARSTEIN himself that was present during that ancient time, giving Sigmar vital instructions on how to defeat Nagash before the gates of Altdorf itself. Ever since then, however, it is believed by the von CARSTEINs that they have the right and legitimacy for Sigmar's realm as much as any other contender. Many nobles believe deeply in the concept of the peerage to its literal extreme. Nobility, in other words, is in the blood. The upper classes are placed above the lower because only they have the qualities necessary to rule, and these qualities can only be passed through blood. To the von CARSTEINs, this is taken to an even greater extreme. This is not least because of family pride. The family take their name and noble duties very seriously, and if they swear something upon themselves, they will move all the earth to see it through. Of course, herein lies the terrible contradiction. They consider their bloodline sacred, yet because they are incapable of delivering offspring and the blood itself is simply considered enough to make one a member of their ranks, they are often faced with less ideal members that might possibly make a mockery of their name. The only solution is to constantly engage in internecine wars and power struggles so that only the truly greatest amongst their number are allowed to bear the illustrious name. Thus it is that the von CARSTEINs devote most of their lives to the twin obsessions at the heart of all nobility, conspiring to improve their status over each other and waging outright war. Perhaps the only way to unite these warring members is to find a common enemy, and perhaps the most common are those mortals that dare to still defy the ruling and greatness of the von CARSTEIN family. I do not care what our prey thinks of us. Do you consider what opinion meat has of you? From Constantine von CARSTEIN. Like all vampires, the von CARSTEINs are required to sustain themselves with a steady flow of blood in order to keep both their appearance, strength, and sanity in check. Without the consumption of blood, all vampires would either die or degenerate into a primitive, yet savage beast. As such, the von CARSTEINs are known to be the only vampiric bloodline to be caretakers or landholders of certain human estates and small holdings, with a literal populace of human cattle. Contrary to popular belief, the von CARSTEINs actually don't mind if they hunt for their prey, but rather they find it insulting that they have to do it from the shadows and away from the prying eyes of the witch hunters. However, thanks to their astonishing good looks and great charisma, the peasants and nobles under their rule have been known to fight each other for the chance to be willing subjects to their feedings. For whatever reason behind it, those victims that are tenderly drained of their blood seem to enjoy a pleasuring sensation that would otherwise overcome the pain and fear of being drained of their blood. Also, like all vampires, the von CARSTEINs cannot bear any children, and thus have to rely on transforming potential candidates into a vampire by means of a blood kiss. Such a decision is often frowned upon by the majority of vampires, as it is common for the descending bloodlines to become weaker of both will, power, and strength. To keep to their image as the best of the bloodlines, even when a candidate becomes a von CARSTEIN vampire, they must also embody the family's core values and characteristics. There is no point in passing on the von CARSTEIN blood to one who will mingle with the common folk or not uphold the high standards of the family. The ideal candidate must be arrogant to the core, fundamentally assured of both his family's prominent place in the universe and his own. If this is not the case when the kiss is given, instruction will be provided and new vampires are schooled in every aspect of their noble life, including strategy, manipulation, and conspiracy. Likewise, if the vampire is ever found wanting in his lordly skills and duties, he may be prompted to at least mind the honor of his family name. A von CARSTEIN vampire is only given one chance, and should he continue to be a liability to the family, they are often never seen again. Although strict in their selection process, members of the von CARSTEIN family are known to be erratic in passing the blood kiss to many candidates that have very little to no qualifications. Oftentimes, these members are known to give the blood kiss to stable boys or wenches just because of their dashing good looks. It is believed by the bloodline that eccentricities are the right and privilege of those with noble blood. A single vampire wench is an insult. A harem of them is an achievement. In short, when it comes to the blood kiss, as with almost everything in the life of the nobility, there is a great deal of propriety to be observed. But every rule can be broken if one is powerful enough that no one would dare to slight him.